Have any of you guys seen Jacob? I haven't seen him all night. He's my ride home.
No, I haven't. I haven't seen Carrie either, and she's my ride home.
Let's look around.
Over here.
Let's look in here.
Oh, hey guys, what's up? What are you guys doing over here?
I had a great day. Oh my god.
You're too good for him anyway.
Yeah, he's always been a jerk. Besides, I know it'll make you feel better.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
The bando! Good, I need to get wasted.
What the? Ashley, what are you doing there? Get up, what are you doing? Oh my god.
Sir, whose blood is that? I need you to tell me whose blood that is.
My girlfriend's.
Yeah, you're under arrest. Another case, a teenager this time. It's sad, really. Parents need to teach their kids more about safety.
What's the case this time?
3 teenage girls murdered in an abandoned house in Fishers, Indiana. One of the victims, Ashley Reichert, her ex-boyfriend, Carson Rizzo, was found drunk and covered in blood on the scene.
Do we know anything else?
No, the bodies are at the medical examiners right now, and the ex-boyfriend is being held at the local PD for questioning. And they're waiting on you to get there.
Tell them we're on our way.
Let's see what kind of evidence we can gather here.
It's obviously a personal killing. Look at all that cast-off blood. Adriana, look over here.
What kind of gun is it?
I think it's a semi-automatic. Probably belongs to the killer. I'm gonna go fill out paperwork and maintain the chain of custody. You keep looking for evidence.
How would you look at that?
It looks like there's some bloody fingerprints on that. We should probably test them and run them through APHIS.
Is it a match to the gun we found earlier?
Not sure. We should probably ask the lab. We can also check the head stamp to see where it was manufactured. It might have some fingerprints on it too.
Even though the suspect claimed to know each of the girls, we compared dental records just to
Are
make
they
sure.
matched to who the suspect identified them?
Yep, perfect match. We took the x-rays of the victim's teeth they had taken when they were alive, then compared them to the unknown victim's teeth, and they were a match. The decomposition of the bodies has barely begun at all, considering the temperature outside and the wind. I calculated the time of the death was about an hour prior to them being
That
discovered.
would explain why none of them have a missing persons report yet.
How did you calculate the time of death?
I calculated and discovered the stage of rigor mortis the bodies were in, and I also used entomology, the study of bugs, in determining time of death. The only bugs found around the body was a couple of flies, meaning the bodies weren't dead for
Have
long.
you discovered a cause of death for any of the victims?
All 3 girls had alcohol in their bloodstream when they were killed, but they also all had traces of rohypnol. Allie's cause of death was bleeding out rather rapidly because she was stabbed in the aorta. The other two's cause of death was a gunshot to the head, which caused exsanguination, leading them to death.
That's weird. Rohypnol is normally a date rape drug. The symptoms include dizziness, nausea, blackouts. It's highly unlikely the girls took it intentionally.
You think that they were drugged?
It's a high possibility, especially since they were out drinking. Mixing Rohypnol and alcohol never turns out well.
The first victim, Allie, was stabbed in the back 23 times. The other two were shot in the
The
head.
unknown suspect used 2 different mechanisms of death. The first victim, Ali Gurka, he stabbed, which is more of a personal killing. The other 2 were shot in the head, which probably means they weren't his target in the first place.
The third victim, Kelsey, has defensive wounds on her forearms and hands. We were able to scrape some skin out from underneath her nails. I've sent them off to the lab, and we're waiting for the results.
Any statements from friends and family?
No, not yet. Allie's mother is in my office and refuses to leave. Seems real upset. You should probably go talk to her first.
Let's go.
Who are you guys?
I'm Kylie McMillan, and this is my partner, Adriana Polito. We're the lead investigators on this case, and we understand that your daughter, Ali Gurka, is one of the victims.
We're very sorry for your loss, and we'll do anything in our power to put this disgusting criminal behind bars.
You better.
All right, so for us to solve the case, we're going to need some answers, and we're going to have to ask you some questions. Is that okay?
I'll do anything if it'll help.
Now start with Ali's friends. Who did she hang out with, and who was she around the most?
Well, her friends are pretty much everyone she was with that night. She was hanging out with her closest group of friends. She was hanging out with the girls that were killed. Well, Dr. Loomis said she was with 2 girls, but she's really close with 3 girls.
What were the girls' names?
Ashley, Kelsey, and Carrie. They've been best friends since elementary school. They hang out all the time doing God knows what.
Carrie wasn't killed, was she?
No, her name wasn't in the report. What's her last name?
McAllister. Carrie McAllister.
We should probably go find her. I bet she'll know a lot about the murder. Once again, thank you so much for your help, Ms. Gurka. As my partner said, we're going to try to do everything we can to catch this guy.
There's going to be a memorial for the girls outside the school.
Thank you. We'll make sure to stop by and pay respects as we walk out.
Hey, I have a possible suspect. I need you to find me everything you have on Carrie McAllister. I mean email, phone, address, anything you have. Also, check into Carson Rizzo, Ashley's ex-boyfriend. Thanks.
I'll go talk to the ex and find out what he was doing in that house, and then you can go talk to Carrie.
Hey, you see that student at the memorial? He's crying, probably close to the victims. We should go talk to him.
That's a good idea. Let's go.
Help out.
You seem pretty close to the girls. Is that true?
Yeah, one of them. Kelsey. She was my next door neighbor since we were in kindergarten. People were mean to me for being the new kid. And she was the only one who was nice to me. She was my best friend.
You seem like an amazing young lady, and I'm sorry for your loss. Do you mind coming with us to the station to answer a few questions and give us a statement?
No, I don't mind. I want to help.
What do you know about someone named Carrie McAllister?
Friend. What type of friend would sleep with their friend's boyfriend?
She slept with her boyfriend? What happened?
We were at a party the night that they died. I left early, but Kelsey texted me late that night. She was really upset because Carrie slept with Jacob, Kelsey's boyfriend. She said that her and the other girls went to the abandoned house where they go when they want to drink.
Was there anything unusual about what he was saying?
She was really drunk, so it was hard to make out what she was trying to say. But the last text I got from her said something about another car being there. She wasn't worried, though, because it was Alec's car, and it's typical for Alec to be out drinking.
Who's Alec?
Just some guy at our school. He wasn't really friends with any of them. In fact, he's kind of weird. Probably on drugs all the time. I know he made one of the girls, which was Allie, uncomfortable because he constantly tried to get with her, but she always turned him down. You would think he would get the hint the first time.
Was Alec at the party that
Now that I
night?
think about it, he was. I couldn't remember because he spent most of the night behind a wall staring at Allie, really creepily.
Do you happen to know when he left?
Kind of. He saw Allie and this guy Chandler. They have a thing, kissing and going into a room together. He got really mad and ran out. He didn't leave, though. He just sat in his car and stared into space. He was really drunk, too.
What was Alec's last name?
Schaefer.
Let's talk to the research unit about that.
You go talk to the ex, I'll go talk to Carrie.
So I understand you dated Ashley. How long did you guys date?
A year and a half.
So pretty serious. I also understand you told a police officer she was your girlfriend. When did you guys break up?
Just a week ago. I'm still not used to calling her my ex-girlfriend.
She broke up with you?
Yes.
And you were upset about that?
Yes.
And that's her blood on you?
Yes. But I didn't kill her. I would never. I loved her.
So why didn't you call the police when you found her?
I don't know. I just panicked. I didn't know what to do.
You seem pretty unsure of yourself.
I was drunk, okay? I didn't want to get busted for underage drinking. I couldn't risk losing my scholarship.
So you're just gonna let the girl you say you loved rot away in that house and not tell anyone? Explain the blood on your shirt and how the fibers from your shirt got on her body.
No, I was just going to tell someone. I panicked. I was scared. I'm bloody because I hugged her. I didn't process she was dead and that she was covered in blood.
That'll explain how the fibers got on her. I'm gonna need your prints to find a possible match to the blood on the knife.
Alright, but you're not going to find anything. Just wasting your time.
Why am I even here? I'm missing volleyball practice.
You're a suspect in a triple homicide. You do understand that, right?
Okay, but I didn't do it. I want nothing to do with those girls.
Why? What happened?
Not that it's any of your business, but I fooled around with Kelsey's boyfriend. But it's not my fault because he came on to me, and they never even made their relationship official, so it doesn't really count.
So why are you mad at them?
They kicked me out of the group, and we were supposed to be friends forever.
I see why that would make you angry.
Exactly. Oh, such biatches. I mean, like, I hated them, but not that much. Normally when we fight, we make up the next day. But I guess we can't do that because they're dead.
You said you weren't in town, were you?
I was at a volleyball game down in Zionsville. I left right after the party.
Do you have anyone that can clarify that?
Sure, my coach, my teammates, my parents, a lot of people showed up.
Alright, well, I'm gonna need the information of anyone that can uphold your alibi. Until then, we're gonna keep you in a holding cell.
Ugh, fine. If it'll prove I'm not a murderer, then I guess that's okay.
Hey, what did you find?
You're not gonna like it. Alex Bell records state that he ordered a large order of Rohypnol from a hospital near town.
Thanks, Jake. What did you find out about Carrie and Carson?
Carrie has no criminal background, and neither does Carson. Carrie does have one charge of underage drinking, but that's
It's
all.
highly unlikely either one of them are the murderer, but we need DNA and fingerprint results to rule either of them out.
Perfect. The set of fingerprints came back, and Carrie's fingerprints were located on the gun, as well as another set. The other set hasn't been identified yet.
That's interesting.
Why would she have a need for a gun, and where did she get it?
Jake, can you run a background check on the gun and see who it's registered under?
Yeah, of course. Also, the blood on Carson's shirt was identified as the victim Ashley's blood. Also, the fingerprints on the knife haven't been ID'd through APHIS, so whoever touched that knife has no prior convictions.
What about the bullet casing?
I ran the casings through NIBUS and it didn't connect any crime scenes.
Alright, so the gun hasn't been used before in any violent crimes.
The head stamp says that it was manufactured at Hawk Incorporated. I contacted the company and they said that since the bullet used was a full jacketed bullet, this connects it to their semi-automatic rifle, which normally is used for hunting.
There was no other gun in that whole place. We looked everywhere.
I guess that wasn't the right gun we recovered. The suspect must have taken it with them. I have a feeling it's not Carson.
Same with Carrie, but that doesn't explain how the gun got in the house. But she has a pretty solid alibi.
Let's look more into this Alec and get his prints for a possible match.
Hello. Who are you?
Murdered? Alec's girlfriend has been murdered?
Which one?
Oh, Allie. Alec talks about her all the time. Ah, young love. Alec's never been fixated on something so much.
Are you sure they were dating?
Very. He has pictures of her everywhere. He's so in love.
Do you mind if we look around?
Not at all. Come in.
So, is Alec home?
No, I'm sorry. He's out at the library.
Mind if we look around his room?
I'm not sure. He's very private with his things.
Ma'am, your son is the main suspect in our investigation. If you don't let us go through, we'll come back with a warrant. Do you understand?
Suspect? No. My Alec would never.
Miss Schaefer, you must let us look around.
Follow me.
When will Alec be home?
He'll be home by dinner.
Do you mind if we just wait around here? I know this might be difficult to process, but we need to get to the bottom of this case.
I guess.
Does Alec have any interest in weapons like guns, knives, anything like that?
He's always wanted a knife, ever since grade school, but we thought they were too dangerous. However, I did notice a kitchen knife missing.
Hey, what did you find?
Okay, so I ran a background check on the gun recovered at the scene, and it was registered to a Brian McCollister, Carrie's father. So then I ran a background check on him, and he's a former Navy SEAL, and the gun is legal. I then thought to check all the parents, and I found out that Alec's father has a rifle registered to his name.
Alright, anything else?
Yes, the DNA that was recovered from underneath the victim's nails also matched Alec's DNA. His mother had him swabbed when he was a child, so he was in the system.
Miss Schaefer, we're gonna have to wait for your son here.
Mom, I'm home.
Let's send the prints down to APHIS.